Con sonar new contact bearing 019 designated Sierra 3. Con sonar new contact bearing 024 designated Sierra 4.
I think this is going to get very busy.
Con sonar new contact bearing 007 designated Sierra 5.
Good grief.
Con classified as submerged submarine. Con sonar Sierra 10 is classified as submerged submarine. Con sonar Sierra 13 is classified as submerged submarine.
Good morning. Welcome back to coldwaters.mod. Good grief. Today is Star Wars Day 1993. It's May the 4th, and it's about 4 AM in the morning. And we are between the Faroe Islands and Iceland, where Intel has told us that the Soviets are sending a large fleet of cruise missile submarines to the North Atlantic, but their intentions are presumed hostile. And we were instructed to intercept. Yeah, I didn't think there'd be 13 of them.
Con sonar new
14 of them.
021 designated Sierra 14.
But bizarrely enough, most of these have been pretty easy to identify.
Con sonar Sierra 14 is classified as submerged submarine.
Well, now some of that could be that we're in HMS Turbulent. She is a Trafalgar-class Royal Navy submarine, and in 1993, she's state-of-the-art.
Con sonar new contact bearing 017 designated Sierra 15.
This is my lucky day.
Con sonar Sierra 15 is classified as submerged submarine.
So the most number of targets you can set in the game is 15, and I told it, hey, give me up to 15 targets, and it's given me 15. So great. My mission is really straightforward. If it moves, has a sickle and star on it, sink it. I guess our Prime Minister has had a discussion with the Soviets and said along the lines of, no, I don't think so. So our mission here is to enforce the will of the politicians, and isn't that always the case? Yeah. Taking on 15 in the Trafalgar. This is not exactly my first rodeo in the Trafalgar. I think I've handled a couple of missions so far in this boat, but I don't feel an expert. Let's talk a little bit about the Trafalgar class then. It is, let's actually bring up the specs. What have we got? 5,300 tons, so not the biggest boat in the world. It's fairly compact. It's got a deep diving depth ability, that's very handy, nearly 2,000 feet. It's very quiet, and it has anechoic coating, so it has some level of immunity to active sonar. We carry modern sonar equipment. We can carry the harpoon, the spearfish, and then the tigerfish, as well as tomahawk cruise missiles. And today my weapon load is predominantly spearfish. I got 14 of those bad boys on board, but I do have 6 tigerfish. I guess the Royal Navy is trying to dispose of them. A couple of harpoons and 4 mosses. Mosses being the mobile decoys. War loaders loaded is 2 tigerfish, 2 spearfish, and a moss. So I got 5 torpedo tubes, which is a bit of a weird number, but it's what the Royal Navy went for. Yeah, now I've done missions like this before, typically in a skipjack or something similar. But the difference is, this is set in 1993. So what I've done is I've removed all the boats that were not in service in 93, and I haven't been particularly, I would say, maybe not difficult. So for instance, I believe at that point there were 2 Victor 3s still in service. Well, I think just by chance we've detected 2, but if we've detected 3, then fine, I may have got that wrong, or there may be more than 3 Victor 3s. It looks like it's just 1. I thought we had a couple. Okay, either way. Right, well, I think you know the drill. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll be back when we've come up with a better plan than floating around and listening to them. Well, it's been a few minutes, and I've only really got a good track on 1 submarine, which is Sierra 8. Romeo. The Russians still had some old diesel electric boats in service. It looks like we've got 4. It looks like we can see 4 of them. And yeah, interesting. So what do we do? Well, the usual is to launch 4 torpedoes into their midst and have at it. And I really have to say, I've only had 1 experience of using the Tigerfish in action, and it was an impressive torpedo. This thing has a speed of
left to 060, helm I.
80 knots when it's
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
when it's in attack mode. Just realised I didn't put myself in ultra quiet. Let's accelerate time a little bit, I think.
Con, helm, steady course.
So I'm kind of poised to have a pretty good bite of this cake. I think what I'm going to do...
Come left to 346, helm I.
Let's go ahead and crank it.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1-4, last bear. Con, helm, steady course.
A little northwest north. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Right, let's actually go ahead and lock the sensors to me. Let's move it around. Yeah, okay. Big cluster of bad guys. In fact, I wonder if I view some of these boats, am I going to see lots of other boats around them? Well, surprisingly not that many. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I think what I want to do is tackle. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So I can launch 4 torpedoes. I could kind of do with getting rid of, with expending my Tigerfish and having them hunt the slower, older submarines, so the diesel electrics. But I'm not really going to be able to keep hold of the wires on these boats, and so I don't think I really want to try that.
Left to 303, helm I.
I think what I want to do is the modern boats, sort of the northern side of that cluster. Got a Papa class, 2 Papa classes. Is it the ultra fast one? Let's see. It is. Okay, there's no point in having a Tigerfish go after those. Alright, I think I've got a plan forming them. Let's go ahead and get my Todari in. This is going to get very noisy, but we're going to go ahead and have a lot of fun here. The first things first, I'm going to have Spearfish to be here.
Con, helm, steady course.
Tigerfish back here, probably another Tigerfish back here, and another Spearfish here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, let's just go for it. Alright.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Con, sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1-3.
Shoot 2-5.
Okay.
Aye, sir.
I think that pretty much does what I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and get down to depth.
1. Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering
Just because we can, I'm going to deploy a Moss.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last
No, we're not.
bearing.
Actually,
0,
I'll leave it.
3, 2, contact faded.
Right,
Con, sonar,
so
lost.
what we're going to
Con,
see
maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
is is quite a difference in how these weapons will...
Fire control, we've lost the wire. Fire control, we've lost the wire.
Okay, that answers that then. So I've got a whole fresh batch of tigerfish being reloaded. Okay. I think I want to turn a little bit north. Yeah, I think I do. So I've got my depth heading down to...
Con sonar lost contact. Come right to 0, 0, 0.
1969 feet. I cannot fire
Con
weapon.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 0, 2, 0.
I can't fire weapons at that.
Con sonar. Con, helm, steady course.
Can't fire weapons at that depth, but that's going to be okay. I also don't want to go too close to where this this spearfish is going to go live. I'm hoping it's going to detect the Kilo or the Victor 3. This is the further northmost one. But look at the difference in speed already.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 0, 3, 8.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
You're already getting weapons loaded, which is good. I think what I'm going to do is turn a little bit to port. Yeah, quite a little bit more to port now, actually. And I'm probably going to go ahead and head mostly west. Like so. 294. Okay, that works for me. And just because I can.
Make turns for 3, 2 knots.
Gonna get up to flank speed. Right, let's see what happens.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 0, 4.
Con, dive at 196.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 0, 2, 6. Contact faded. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8, last bearing 0, 8, 4. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 0, 4, 8. Contact faded.
That should
Con
get...
sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, 1, bearing 0, 6, 0. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, 2, bearing 0, 6, 5.
That should get me...
2, 0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
That should get me out.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 8, bearing 0, 8, 8. Con maneuvering, making turns for 2, 0 knots.
Okay, that should get me out of detection range of that torpedo.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 0, 5, 4.
It's now directly east of me. You're going to have to just guess what I'm saying because the crew keeps interrupting me and I'm far too British to just ignore that. I'm tempted to get my depth up again and fire some more tigerfish.
Room, tube 4.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 0, 4, 7.
Yeah, I think I will. First things first. Yeah, let's
Con
go ahead and...
sonar noisemaker bearing 0, 5, 9.
I'm going to manually do this.
Passing 1900 feet.
And get my depth up sooner. A lot of targets, but...
Passing 1800 feet. Passing 1700 feet.
But,
Passing 1600 feet.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 0.
Passing 1500 feet.
not going to be able to keep the wire on any of these torpedoes, but that's going to be...
1400 feet.
That's going to be okay.
Passing 1300 feet. Passing 1200 feet.
Okay, so I'm out of range
Passing
of
1100 feet.
2 counterfires.
Torpedo room, tube 5 ready. Passing 1000 feet.
Got one.
Con sonar regained.
Passing 900 feet.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 7. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 1, 3.
That's not so great, but
Passing 700 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Con sonar launch transient from
Yeah.
Sierra 7.
He is,
Con sonar launch
he's pretty
transient
angry
from
with me.
Sierra 1 3.
Weird.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Can't think why he'd be angry at me.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 9.
So,
Last bearing
what
0
I'll do
2
is
8.
get
Contact
some...
faded. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 2.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Okay, I actually need to get out of dodge here.
Come left 2 3. Make turns for 3 2 knots. Maneuvering eye. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8. Last bearing 1. Con helm. Steady course.
Okay.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3. Bearing 0 6 7.
Little bit...
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 0 6 7. Contact faded. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1 1. Last bearing 0 8 3. Contact faded. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7. Last bearing 0 9 6. Contact is in the
Let's see
bow.
what this is. Oh, what? They have air assets? Oh, hello. Okay.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 9.
Yeah, that's not so good. Okay, they have air assets.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 4. Bearing 0 8 5. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1 2. Bearing 0.
Con, less than 50 feet below the keel.
Oh, what's that all about? Huh. Okay, that's actually bad news.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1 1. Bearing 0 8 8.
I mean,
Passing 1900 feet.
thankfully we didn't hit the bottom, but yeah.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 9.
Okay. Right, well, that's been...
Come right to 0 0 8. Help. Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Okay.
Con helm. Steady course.
I'm just going to be quiet for a few minutes because they're just not going to stop talking, right?
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 8. Bearing 1 1 1. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 9. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5. Bearing 0 5. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 9. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 9.
Okay, this water is...
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8.
Passing 1800 feet.
The depth is getting less here. That's,
Peak depth 1312 feet. Dive by.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 1 1.
that's interesting. I'm running out of depth here. Now, that just negates some of my advantage.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra. Come right to 3 2 6. Helm eye.
And they appear to have a pretty good idea where I am.
Con helm. Steady course.
I've only got myself to blame on that. So,
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3. Bearing 0 7 6. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 8. Bearing 1 1 4.
we
Con sonar regained contact. Come right to 0 0 0. Helm eye. Con helm. Steady course.
That's tell me that I got to depth
Con
and...
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2. Last bearing 1 1 1. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on. Con maneuvering. Making turns for 3 2 knots.
Okay, and we're making a stack ton of noise, but
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2. Bearing 1 1 3.
So
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 10, bearing 058.
Passing 1,100 feet.
I'm getting up to depth where I can
Sonar,
attack.
Noisemaker.
Passing 1,000 feet.
Con, torpedo room.
Passing 900 feet.
Okay, I can actually attack at this depth. I think Spearfish is something like 1,600 feet. So actually, that's good news. I'm going to aggressively drop my speed.
Back emergency, maneuvering eye.
And now I can fire without destroying a tube. Let's get back to 5 knots. Oh, that's a lot of incoming. Okay.
Con,
You
maneuvering,
are
making
going to get
turns,
fired, and you're going to go
knots.
high speed. You, oh boy.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
So I need you to go active immediately, like so. And I think you are going to do the same, but maybe over here. So,
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
because you probably can't see my mouse, but that's okay.
Shoot 2-5.
Let's do
Aye,
that.
sir.
And then I'm going to have to go this way
1.
at high speed.
Turns for 3, 2 knots.
Yeah,
Maneuvering
I got to get out of here.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7. Last bearing 139. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra.
Con, helm, steady course.
Wow, there's a lot of activity around me. A
Con
lot of
sonar regained contact on Sierra 5. Bearing 066.
and a lot of torpedoes that are a potential threat. So yeah, we're going to have to keep moving. I probably should have tried to tackle this with keeping the enemy at a longer
Con
range.
sonar launch transient from Sierra 1-3.
Yeah, that Tango was
Con
detect.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 9, bearing 049. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 068. Contact faded.
Come right to 000. Helm eye. Con, helm, steady course.
So hard to get a word in.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 097.
I don't know whether I got something there.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 07.
Con, maneuvering, making turns
I
for
don't
3,
think so.
2 knots.
Okay, well, we're just going to keep it firewalled.
Con sonar regained. Con sonar launch transient from.
Okay, and that's
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 056. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 073. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 073. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 102. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 103.
oh, torpedoes on my east. Let's turn away.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 07. Con sonar launch transient from. Con sonar lost contact.
Passing 900 feet.
Okay, so I turned away. I'm
1,000 feet.
going to drop my depth a little bit, like so.
Passing 1,100 feet.
Switch to my submarine. Yep, that's
Passing 1,200 feet.
400 feet works for me, give or take. In fact, I think just below 1,300 feet should be the sweet spot, depending on the kind of torpedo that's just been launched at me. Okay.
Passing 1,300 feet.
Something dropped. Yep, there it is. It's about 1,000 yards astern. And it might detect me, but I'm at a depth where I don't think it can reach me, and it's turning away, so hopefully I'm going to be okay. And it might even catch some of these pursuing submarines as well.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
think I want to relocate, try and circle round. It's going to be difficult, but I've got a Moss that can help. In fact, that's a great idea. Yeah, I've got a Moss I can fire behind me.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Attract a whole bunch of torpedoes. There's definitely a swathe of sunken submarines now, but not enough.
1,300 feet.
Right, so we'll get my depth to maybe 800 feet again,
Passing 1,200 feet.
give or take. Oh wow, there's a torpedo to my north.
Passing 1,100 feet.
Yes, let's get my towed area out. There we go. And I want to fire this
Passing 1,000 feet.
almost directly astern.
Shoot 2-3.
There we go.
Aye, sir.
That's fired. Let's get another.
Con sonar
Passing 900 feet.
Another one reloaded. Okay, there we go.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots. Come right to 0, 0, 0. Helm aye.
So what are we looking at?
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, 4, bearing 1, 0, 0.
Make turns for 1, 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, quite a lot of activity, and I decided I'd get my speed up a little bit.
Con sonar lost.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 1, 5 knots.
Just to help me around the corner.
Con sonar regained contact on.
There we go.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Con sonar regained
Con helm. Steady course.
So I don't see.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, 4, bearing 0, 9, 9. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 7, bearing 1, 4, 9.
So I don't see any
Con sonar.
Come on.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
Let me get a word in, crew.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 0, 7, 8.
I'm going to mute the crew or get them a little quieter. Let's make the game quieter. Okay. Switch back to my view. Right, so here's the plan then.
Sonar launch transient from Sierra 1, 4. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 1.
Something about here. So the plan, I think, is I want to drag some torpedoes east, and that Moss is going to do that for me very, very nicely. Let's go ahead and get it ultra quiet. So that's plan number one. There's a Kilo trying to flank me to the south, perhaps. In fact, there's a lot of boats still out there. I've got it looks like some activity. So there's a torpedo here. Let's just switch to this. What's this thing going for? I can't actually see. I don't know what. There's a torpedo just behind Sierra 11 that I can't. Okay, and it hit the. Great, it hit the sunk Romeo. Okay, so it accomplished nothing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 10 enemy submarines left. We've only sunk 5. That's pretty disappointing, I gotta say. And I think it's because I just haven't.
Noisemaker bearing 1, 0, 5.
I haven't used the range of my torpedoes very well. And I only have 8 left. Yeah. So right now it doesn't look like I can sink the rest of them. Well, not without using their torpedoes, I should say. So maybe, just maybe, we can still do this. But right now I'm not the most optimistic. Now I have a spearfish hunting something.
Noisemaker bearing 1, 0, 5.
Whatever this is, it's south of Sierra 15 and north of Sierra 12, and it might be Sierra 4, the Papa. And the Papa is a fast boat. But the spearfish, not the tigerfish, the spearfish is faster. So maybe, just maybe, I can still take care of this, in which case 9 left and 8 torpedoes, it's much better. I've also got mosses, and I can use a moss to fire a...
Noisemaker bearing 107.
I can use a moss to get a torpedo to chase it and sometimes offload it onto a hostile submarine. So there's a possibility here. In fact, Sierra 3, that might be coming under threat from another torpedo. The Romeo and a Tango to my north, or my east-northeast. Let's just switch to this Tango view. Let's take a look. Doing 14 knots.
Noisemaker bearing 105.
He was cavitating. I feel like I could probably engage this guy, as I don't think he's got anything else that's going to threaten him. And he has a good connection on me, so let's go ahead and launch. Get another spearfish out.
Shoot 2-1.
There we go. And I'm going to put this thing immediately, immediately into active mode, but unfortunately,
Noisemaker bearing 10.
it's hunting the moss. Luckily, his torpedoes are heading towards the moss as well. It's not all bad. Okay, so Torpedo 1 is hunkering along at 80 knots right now. And that Tango, or the Romeo, is as good as dead.
Sonar. Noisemaker bearing 107.
Yeah, don't go for the moss. Really? Come on. I don't want you to go for the moss. Please don't go for the moss. It's just, it's embarrassing. So I like mosses, don't get me wrong, but no, go for the Tango. The Tango, not the moss. And the Romeo and Tango are very close to each other. Let's see. Whoa! I don't think I can take them both out. Oops, but it'd be nice if we could. Okay. Make it active as it's still going for the bloody moss.
Noisemaker bearing
No!
081.
Do not go for the moss. Go for...
Fire control. Weapon countermeasure homing.
Good grief, this thing is so sensitive.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 104.
It's just embarrassing. I don't need you to go for the moss. I need you to go for these big, juicy submarines right in front of you.
Control. Weapon countermeasure homing.
Seriously?
Con. Fire control. Weapon countermeasure homing.
Wow. That's... Note to self, don't use mosses with spearfish. Okay, so it's not... Now, has it detected the Tango? Has it detected the Romeo? No, I think it's still going for the moss. Genius.
Con. Fire control. Weapon countermeasure homing. Con. Fire control.
Thank you.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 102.
Wait, no, what are you doing? Go back. Okay, that is actually a very interesting problem to have, that the spearfish really doesn't want to go
Fire control. Weapon acquired.
the submarine and it's targeting the moss again. Or is it going for the Romeo? Yeah, it's going for the moss, because look, it's reducing its depth. Shocker.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 09.
Okay, now it might go for the Romeo. Maybe. Nope, it missed. Because there's a bigger target.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 10.
Wowzers. I have never had this issue with a torpedo before. So we'll just do it manually.
Con
Hello.
sonar. Lost contact. Sierra 9. Last bearing 09.
That was much harder than it should have been. And now I'm effectively, my spearfish are kind of useless because they're just going to go for the moss constantly every single time, and that's just Wow. Well, I think I'll try this again, but without using the moss. In fact, let's reload this. I could use a harpoon, I suppose. What's this Papa 3 doing? Let's take a quick look here.
Noisemaker bearing 107.
He should be a juicy target. I should get something on this guy, but right now I'm struggling just to deal with a tango because my torpedoes just want to go for the moss. So I'm going to wait for this moss to run out, I think. Or get something out to tackle this Victor 3 and... Yeah, I might do that. Go ahead and do this. Okay.
Noisemaker bearing
So
06.
that torpedo is going to run out.
Launch transient from Sierra 7.
It's going to run out ahead of the moss, and great. But meanwhile, the tango is immune to my weapons because I don't have any tiger fish left. Or do I? No. Wowzers. I have first world problems. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here.
Noisemaker bearing 107.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do at this point. Let's just wait it out until this moss has decided it's expired. I guess I could get one south to go for this kilo. Let's go ahead and do that.
Aye, sir.
That will at least help because there's no moss near that, so this should be fine.
Launch transient from Sierra 7.
And it's firing again. The kilo's firing at the moss, so at least it's not just my spearfish that don't know what to go for. Okay, let me pause recording and I'll be back.
Sir.
Okay, decided to get another torpedo out. I can tackle this tango. Because of course I can send a torpedo to the south of it, and the moss is just not going to be able to get in the way. Although I may send this torpedo. There's a cluster of Victor 3 and a couple of Papas down here. So I'm going to go ahead and get another
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
spearfish out.
Sonar. Launch transient from Sierra
Okay,
1,
so
3.
is this tango firing? Yeah, the tango's firing at me, right? Okay, so I've got to get out of here. Let's go south.
217.
15 knots. Okay, we should be good.
5 knots. Maneuver.
I mean, we've no guarantee that we're good, but
Con sonar lost contact.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
even the Romeo attempting to flee to the south as well. There's a lot of targets still out here.
Fire control, we've lost the wire.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 5.
Con,
Oh wow, 15 knots. Oh, okay, I guess they still have the same issue and amount of spearfish.
Contact on Sierra 5. Bearing.
That's very disappointing. Okay,
0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
this may be.
Making turns for 20 knots.
Okay, so I'm not the worst submarine captain in the world, but wow, I made a right mess of this, didn't I? Yeah. I'm just going to accelerate time right now. I've got 3 torpedoes left.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3. Bearing 113.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2, red.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 0. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8. Last bearing 133. Contact faded.
Still following me as well.
Make turns for 3.
Guess the Tango, can it... How do you say 80s? Yes, it can. Wait, no, wrong one. Yeah, it can. So,
Sonar noisemaker bearing 10.
Con, helm, steady course.
I may get one up the Jacksy here, but I feel disappointed with myself, so I'm going to let this thing run out at flank, and we'll see what happens. If it catches me, then so be it. Sigh.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4. Last
Con maneuvering.
this is not good. Let's switch to my view, see if we can do something about this. I don't know how this thing hasn't detected me. I'm right next to it. Wow. Okay. Oh, I guess
Contact on Sierra 8, bearing 13.
it's actively pinging, and of course aneoic coating, so maybe that's why. If I only could catch this Tango on the surface, but he's way too shallow for that.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing.
Come right to 1-1. Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuver.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 8.
So wow, I gotta get my wires out, guiding these things, because yeah, it's just I'm not doing very well. The spearfish have really, no, it's not that they've let me down, I just haven't used them correctly. And
Launch transient from Sierra 8.
yeah, Sierra 8's firing at me. It's a Romeo, what the heck. Now let's get this thing active, and we'll see what happens. Right, I'll go ahead and record the recording. I'm back in a jiffy.
Last bearing 091.
Maneuvering. Making turns.
I was thinking I could get away with something here, but I don't think I can.
2, 5.
That's a bunch of torpedoes heading my way.
Regained contact on Sierra
So
127.
I can't flee east because
Come right to
there's a torpedo there. I can't really flee north because same torpedo. I gotta flee basically southwest, and that's fine. There's a good chance that these wires are going to break on this.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 123.
On these torpedoes, and that is not good. So I think I'm going to make torpedo 1 live like that, and I'm going to just have it focusing in on that space where the Tango is going to be. And I think I'm going to firewall the throttle and lose those wires. So
Sonar regained contact on
yeah,
Sierra.
I need to, because
2 knots. Maneuvering high.
if I get hit by a set 65, that would be embarrassing. And it then gives me 1 torpedo left and more targets. So I'm probably going to call this one
Fire control, we've lost the wire.
after I take out the Tango and the Romeo, and
Fire control, we've lost the wire.
scuttle my way back. In fact, let's just head west.
Come right to 270. Helm aye.
Yeah, scuttle my way back west.
Steady course.
Yeah, just
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 111. Contact is in the baffles.
I was hoping the spearfish would just destroy the enemy, but my tactics just weren't good enough. So yeah, too many
Noisemaker bearing 017.
wire breaks, I think, and too many missed opportunities. So plus the Moss thing. Wow, that was quite something. Well, let's just look at the count right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So seven kills. With I hope another 2. I'm fleeing.
Noisemaker bearing 10.
Come left to 232. Helm aye.
I'll get to the far side of this kilo wreck and I'll slow down and turn around and take a look. I guess I should reload because, I mean, it's just like I got Mosses to reload and harpoon.
On Sierra
Yay, okay.
bearing 1
Got the Tango,
3.
which is good. But and the Romeo, okay.
Contact on Sierra 15, bearing 088.
There's not going to let.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 121. Contact faded.
So it's not going to let me close the battle. Okay, so I have 2 options. And if this were a live stream, I'd ask the audience, but
Regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 120.
option number 1 is to troll the enemy and try and get them to shoot themselves. that could take a long time. And option number 2 is call it quits because you should have done better and take it from there.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 111.
Is that noisemaker? Oh, this Papa might be coming under threat by something. Okay, I mean it's not the end of the world. I might claim that one as well. Okay, I guess let's just drop my speed and yeah, let's see what happens. Sigh. Okay. Accelerate time. Get my towed array out for what it's worth. I guess that Papa's no longer under threat. Wow, 3 Papas. 3 Papa class, I should say. I really don't think I can justify taking such a long time to try and troll these guys so that they end up shooting themselves, as tempting though it is. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for this mission. I know I've got a spearfish left, but I'm not going to go ahead and deploy it. So let's go ahead and do that now. So leave combat. Let's see. So we got a number of, well, I guess it's easy to see how many survived. So 6 survived, which means I sunk 9. So 9 out of 15. I've done a lot better. I've done better in a skipjack. So I don't think that's my finest hour. Okay, well, I will call it for this one. I'll probably end the recording and then immediately do a follow-up to see if I can improve my score of 9 out of 15. Because I'm sure I can do better than that. Anyway, bit of a convoluted mission this one. There's a bit of distraction in the real world for me outside of the game. But hey, I survived. But 9 out of 15, you could do so much better. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you got something from this. See you in the next one. Goodbye.